What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. So I started this Whiskey in the Six YouTube channel, I guess it's about 3 months ago now. Have about 26 videos. This is the 27th video. And I realized recently that I haven't really told you guys much about myself. So I'm a teacher by trade. I teach elementary school students right now. I'm qualified to teach up to grade 12, but currently working in an elementary school. I also teach at this place right here, M1 Thai boxing system. I've been a student of M1 for many years, and I've been teaching there for quite a few years now as well. Thai boxing is a form of martial arts. For those of you who don't know, it's Thailand kickboxing, basically. And as many of you may already know, I'm also kind of teaching by doing this blog. Hopefully I'm doing a little bit of teaching. To most of you, it's just an opinion. You know most of the things that I'm telling you. That's why you're interested in watching these videos. But for some of you that don't know the information, I'm happy to give it to you, okay? Today I'm doing something a little different. Like I said, I will be doing other spirits along the way. And going to my Italian roots. I'm Canadian, born and raised, but my ancestors are from Italy, so I decided to do Cleopatra Poli Grappa, okay? This is a Moscato Grappa. Moscato is the grape used for this particular grappa. It comes in two other types. There's Amarone and Cleopatra. Sorry, not Cleopatra. Amarone and Prosecco. This Moscato one is one of the sweeter ones. Prosecco is a grape that's similar to the grapes used for champagne. Amarone is a higher end grape used in some of Italy's finest wines. Okay, and Moscato is a sweet, delicate, light-bodied grape that turns into a light, sweet, delicate wine as well. Poli decided to use that particular grape for this particular grappa, and it translates incredibly, okay? A little bit of the history behind the new Poli line, or newish anyway. The Cleopatra series, so there's only 3 types in the Cleopatra series, are made out of a newer machine, a distiller called the Chrysopia. Basically, where they got the idea and why they named it Cleopatra. So it says here, Cleopatra, alchemists of the ancient Egypt, created Chrysopia, the first still aimed to distill the most precious among metals, which is gold. Hence the gold container here, which is probably just aluminum. So they made the Chrysopia, or something as close to the Chrysopia that distilled gold back in ancient Egypt, and they called it the Cleopatra Chrysopia because it creates their modern day version of gold, which is this grappa right here, which has, to add to the theme, a light gold color. It's only aged, to get that color, it's only aged for about 1 year. It says just under a year, actually, nearly 1 year, in French oak barrels. Okay, so that's where the color comes from. Normally, grappa has a translucent, well, they're all translucent, but it's just water color to it, no color. Okay, there's zero color to grappa usually. This Moscato has the gold from that 1 year spent in French oak. The Amarone one is slightly darker. It's a little more bold, a little more full. And the Prosecco one is a little bit more yellow. Okay, that's the only difference as the look. Taste-wise, they're all very different. This one we're gonna get to in a second. The reason why I'm bringing this to you guys is because a lot of people have a misconception about grappa, okay? They know grappa as that weird Italian guy moonshining in his garage, you know, over the last 100 years in North America. Okay, that's not what Grappa is in Italy. Grappa is highly sought after, very expensive liquor. Okay, usually the process was after the Italians made their wine, or other countries in Europe do the same thing as well. They call it different things. I don't want to pronounce them because I'll butcher them, but I do know a few of the different ones, like in Croatia and in Albania. I know there's two types that are almost exactly, they're grappa, just named differently. Okay, essentially what it was they made their wine, they had the skins and the stems, all the extras left over from the winemaking process, and they threw that into a distiller, and out came this translucent, clear liquid, which was grappa. Highly alcoholic in nature, pretty strong stuff. Okay, the Italians over the years have refined this to an art. There's several you can buy that are incredible. Okay, and this is one of them. So on the nose, it's very fruity, very floral. Honestly, like a bouquet of flowers. It's extremely floral, but fresh, beautiful flowers. Like it has a touch of a chamomile smell to it. Very fresh chamomile. Okay, very sweet on the nose. There's like, compared to most grappas, there's very little alcohol burn on this nose. It's bottled at 40%, so it's taken down a bit. Okay, this is what the bottle looks like. I'm not sure if I already showed you. Okay, it's a nice, unique looking bottle. Okay, there's no alcohol sting on the nose. Okay, so that's pretty impressive. Again, it's been taken down to 40%, so you do expect, there's probably been some chill filtering. There's no added color to this. Most grappas don't add any color whatsoever. If there is color, that means it's been aged in oak. Most of them are not aged in oak. Most of them are not aged at all. They make them, they distill them, and then they bottle them. And it's amazing what they can come up with in a product that's not aged in oak at all. The ones that are aged in oak can get seriously expensive. They're very expensive. This one in particular was $80. Well worth it though. Age is not a factor when it comes to grappa. It's the process, it's the grapes that they use, and it's how they go about doing it that makes it good. Okay, so like I said, chamomile for sure. Very floral, some fruitiness in there, probably like fresh apples. Yeah, really nice smell. Really nice on the nose. Okay, to the taste. It's super sweet. It's fruity. You get figs. You get fresh fruit. You get dates. Some honey. Actually, a lot of honey. Okay, and you do get that chamomile taste as well. Some grappa companies went about actually making liqueurs with grappa and chamomile because they complement each other so well. This one has that very distinct chamomile taste and smell, which is very pleasant if you like that sort of thing. Okay, on the palate one more time. Very light, no alcohol burn whatsoever. Not what most of you expect when you would taste a grappa. You would expect that harsh, strong flavor, but that's not what you get here. Okay, so I encourage you, if you haven't tried grappa before, this is a great entry into it. Okay, there's the three that I've told you about, and there's also a bunch of nonino grappas that are really good as well. But Poli seems to be taking over in the grappa industry, in my opinion. They're doing really great things. This would be good for the grappa connoisseur, and also excellent for an entry level person that has never tasted grappa before, or hasn't enjoyed grappa before and wants to give it another shot, or wants to try it for the first time, okay? Excellent stuff. I'm gonna give this a solid A-. It's not something you can drink every single day, just because us Scotch guys, us whiskey guys, we like something a little bit more full-bodied, a little bit more syrupy. That's not what you're gonna get here. This is perfect for a before dinner meal, an aperitivo, or after a big meal, you want something a little lighter. That's also good for a digestive, all right? But it's not something you're gonna want every day. Maybe summertime, okay, you're outside in the evening on the porch with the family, whatever, that sort of thing. That's a great time for this, okay? It's not gonna fill the role of your Christmas type Scotch or whiskey, or your full-bodied cigar type pairing, okay? It's a light-bodied alcohol, but it's excellent stuff, so I highly recommend it. It's a solid A, or A-. A-, sorry. Okay? Cheers, guys.